Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Janice. If you are new here, I live and work in Manitoba, Canada. I work at a Canadian grocery store chain called Sobeys, and I do some of my shopping there, partly because of the Scene Plus Points program that we run, and also because I do have a small staff discount. And I do the bulk of my shopping, though, at Real Canadian Superstore because of the PC Optimum Points program. Basically, I go wherever the sale prices are the best and wherever there's good points offers available. Now, these are some items I picked up at Sobeys at my work after work tonight. These are all things that are discounted. So I grabbed these. I look for these stickers. Sometimes I try and find some things that are, sometimes there's an abundance of items that are marked down and sometimes there's just a few. So I found these and decided let's grab them, and they're probably all going to go directly into the freezer. So I found these turkey sausages. These were $7.99 with $2 off per package. There's two back here that are honey garlic, and this one here is maple. There were several other packages, but all of the other ones were not marked down. So $2 off. I think these say best before, what does it say? Package on, well, it says, looks like it's best before the 27th, which is tomorrow. That's why they're stickered. The other ones are probably have a few more days on them. So these guys are going to go directly into my freezer. I don't know necessarily, I don't know that I've bought turkey sausages before, but you know what, let's give them a try. They were $5.99 after the discount each, and of course my staff discount of 10% on top of that. And then over here from the HMR department, which is actually the department my daughter works in. She works at the same store I do, but she was not in today. It was her day off, but she makes the rotisserie chickens in that department that we sell, or they sell rather. Or I guess we sell as a store. But at any rate, she's one of the ones that makes the rotisserie chickens. They have like the regular roasted chicken. They have the chipotle ones. And so they also debone and pull a bunch of the chicken and sell them in packages like this. I guess if not all the whole chickens have sold, they take some apart and they debone them and sell them in packages that way. And as they're getting closer to their date, they get marked down as well. So when I was looking for stuff with I can't speak, it's been a long day. Looking for stuff with stickers tonight, I found this. This is pulled chipotle chicken, and it was $13 with a $5 off sticker. And again, that's before my 10% discount. So I grabbed that. That brought it down to $8 before my staff discount. And all of these are going directly in the freezer. I'll probably use these sausages. I don't know. Maybe the honey garlic would be best as like a supper thing. I don't know if that would really be like a breakfast type flavor. But certainly the maple sausages would be good for breakfast. And the pulled chicken, rather, what I have in mind for that is maybe to use that in soup at some point, some homemade soup. So let me show you what I got here. There's the sausages, $7.99, each of them with $2 off. Here's the chicken, $5 off. And I earned 100 points in the HMR department. It says pulled pork, but it's actually chicken, but that's fine. It's 100 points in the HMR department, basically. Staff discount was $2.60, so I spent a grand total of $23.37. And I earned that 100 points. So going into this, I had 18,865 Scene Plus points. So in about 24 hours, I'll be at 18,965 Scene Plus points, making me basically 35 points away from the $190 points mark. Now, that's everything for right now. I'm going to pause you here. It is Saturday, July 26th, and I'm probably not going to be doing much more shopping in the next few days. I get paid again next Thursday, so probably in about there's a couple other things that's at my work that are on sale in the meat department that I might grab, and that if I do, that's what you'll see next. And then the final part of this video will be my grocery haul once I get paid. So you probably won't be seeing this video, although this recording is July 26th. You probably won't see the actual video until probably about a week from today or so, give or take. So stay tuned. All right, it is now Monday, July 28th, and this is a lot of blueberries. This is 10 pounds of blueberries right here. I picked these up after work today. I've been selling a lot of these. A lot of people are going through my till with these. These 2-pound clamshells of blueberries are $3.99 each. And I decided I was going to grab 10 pounds worth. Some of these, I think we already have one package that I think my husband picked up a package for the same price the other day at Superstore, and he's eating through those. I'll probably leave a little bit out, possibly, but I want to take enough of these and mash enough of these up to maybe make 2 batches of blueberry jam and then freeze the rest. That's my thinking anyway on this. That way we can use them in baking, whether it's muffins or pies, or just take them out to put in smoothies or what have you. So if this looks like a lot of blueberries, it is. So after work, I grabbed these. These were two pounds each. They were $3.99. And then I actually earned 5 points in the produce department, and my staff discount gave me $2 off. So I pay $17.95 for 10 pounds of blueberries. And these are Canadian blueberries, Canadian grown. These are not ones that are imported from anywhere. It's that time of year we're starting to get more of the local or the BC fruit in now, or like Canadian fruit anyway. So I earned the 5 points in the produce department, leaving me with a closing balance of $18,965 Scene Plus points. So when those hit my account, that'll be $18,970. So I'll be 30 points off of the $190 level of Scene Plus points once those hit my account, which will probably be till about tomorrow or so. Okay, today is Wednesday, July 30th, and here's just a couple of things I picked up at my work last night at Sobeys. Yesterday was not a work day for me. However, I needed to get out and get some toilet paper. My husband informed me fairly late in the evening on Monday night that we were on our last roll of toilet paper each in both the upstairs and downstairs bathrooms. So after working that evening, I was not about to go back out that night at 10 o'clock at night and go buy some. Even though our store was open till 11 and we live close, I thought, you know what, if we have a roll each in both of the bathrooms, then I'll go out at some point on Tuesday. If we can get through tonight, then I'll go out on Tuesday at some point and grab some. And we were fine for overnight. It was not a big deal, although that was cutting it a little bit close. So I usually keep a better eye on how much we have of that item, and nobody had warned me that we were getting low, and I didn't notice either. So I had to step out yesterday. I was making pies yesterday, but at some point in between there, I was able to go over to my store, and I grabbed the toilet paper and paper towels as well. Both were on sale for $10.99. As I was serving customers the last few days, I saw quite a few of these come through my till, and so I realized that they were on sale. And although I bought some 3-pack of double paper towels, double rolls of them, on my last grocery haul, I think it was, 3 double rolls, like that's great, but 3 is not going to last me very long. We're already over halfway through one of those rolls. So that means I only have 2 left. So if they're on sale right now, I may as well grab them. So I grabbed the 24 double rolls of toilet paper and the 6 double rolls of paper towels. And then I had on my grocery list for later this week for when I go to Superstore to buy Cheez-It crackers. I don't have any in the house right now, and I like to have some of these on hand. I take some of them in my work lunches, or just to have like some cheese and crackers at home. I have my regular soda crackers as well here too, but I like these flavored ones a little bit too. These have been kind of fun, and I just don't have any on hand right at the moment. So I was planning on buying some, but when I was in my work last night buying these 2 items, I walked down one aisle and saw a display of the Cheez-Its, and these are on sale for 2 for $5.50 or $2.75 a piece. So I was looking at it and I thought, you know what, that's actually comparable to Superstore, because I think the cheapest I've seen them there is $2.50 a box. And with my staff discount, these are $2.75. So then you take 28 cents off. That brings them down to $2.47 a box. That's actually cheaper than when I normally see them at Superstore. So I thought in this case, this is a good deal. They're slightly cheaper and I'm already here. And there was a Scene Plus points offer that if you bought 4, you got 200 points, which is $2 back in points. So let me show you. This is how it all broke down. There's the $10.99 each on the toilet paper and the paper towels. And there's the crackers, $2.75 each. And then the 200 points that I earned, my staff discount was $3.30. So I spent $32.05. And there's the 200 points that I earned. So going into this, I had 18,970 Scene Plus points. As of today, now that those points have hit my account, I'm at 19,170 points, which means I am now sitting at the $190 mark or level of Scene Plus points. So that's what I picked up yesterday. All right, I just want to show you a few items that I've picked up at my store over the last few days. The carrots were bought on Saturday, August 2nd, and this was a purchase just all by itself. I needed to have some more carrots in the house. I realized the other day when I made my chicken pot pie that I didn't have any carrots in the house other than a bag of small mini baby carrots. So that's what I ended up chopping up, was those little tiny baby carrots to put some of those in my chicken pot pie, which is rather tedious to be trying to cut up something that's already small to begin with. Normally I like to have a bag of full-size carrots like this in the house, so if I want to make a stew or a soup or chicken pot pie or have some carrots to grate to put in a carrot cake or muffins, I'll have some, and I ran out. I did not have any in the house. So it's good to have some of those on hand. So I grabbed a bag of those. I don't usually, this is a 3-pound bag. Usually because we're a family of 3, I don't usually worry about buying a big 5-pound bag unless it's some like unusually great sale. This was $3.59 for this bag. For 3 pounds, I felt like that wasn't bad. So $3.59, and then of course my 10% discount, I had 40 cents off. So I spent they were $3.99 rather with my 40-cent discount. So $3.59 is what I spent on those. So now I'm stocked up on those for a while, but I'll have to keep an eye on it and make sure that I don't run low on those again. But they're handy to have just for great, just to peel them and then chop them up finely to put in soup or my chicken pot pie or stew, or grate them for muffins or what have you. It's good to have some on hand because the little mini carrots are nice, but those are meant for our work lunches or to snack on or to dip in hummus or what have you. Now, last night, which was Sunday, August 3rd, I picked chips up after work. Yes, there's a lot of them here. So for those that want to comment on this video and say, oh, that's junk food, you were just loaded up on junk food, that's terrible, just don't go there, please. There's no need. I know they're junk food. Obviously, everybody knows chips are a snack food. They're junk food, but they're not all for us. I mean, they are, but they're not at the same time. And what I mean by that is there's 9 bags here, and only about half of them are going to be, maybe about 4 of them are basically going to be for us to snack on or to munch on at home here. The other 5, we're having some company over for a barbecue in 2 weeks. Probably, 10 or 11 people over and above my family of 3. So I wanted to have some bags of chips on hand for that. I'll be on a week of holidays towards the end of August, and one of the things I want to do is have some people over a couple of nights. So I wanted to have some bags of chips on hand for snacks. And these were also on a really good sale right now. They were on a 4-day sale that went Thursday to Sunday, and yesterday was Sunday, so it was the last day of the sale. They were $2.47 for that 4-day sale, and that's before my 10% discount. So I thought, okay, this is a good time to get them. And the reason I bought so many, partly I was thinking ahead to that barbecue, but on the Lay's classic bags there were coupons that said $2 off if you bought 3. So I bought 3 sets of 3 in order to take advantage of that and get the discount. So not only were they on sale for $2.47, if I bought quantities of 3, it was $2 off for every 3. And I got my staff discount. So I thought, okay, this is the time to stock up. And like I said, I don't need comments saying, oh, it's junk food, oh, it's fattening, or whatever. I know it's junk food. I get it. But a handful of them are going to be for my family now, and the rest are going to be for when we have company in a couple of weeks. We'll go through probably 5 bags that night. I'll probably do barbecued hot dogs and hamburgers and have some salads, and a fruit platter and a veggie platter. But it's always good to have a handful of bowls of chips out as well. So probably 5 of these 9 are going to be set aside just for that. So what I bought was 2 barbecue, which is always a favorite around here. And then the 3 classic. I mean, you can't go wrong with classic. You just can't go wrong with that. Just the plain, like the flavored is nice, but the plain is good too. And that's the one those are the ones that had the stickers on them. So I bought 3 of those. That way I got 3 of the stickers. And then I bought 1 ketchup chip and 1 Lay's wavy. I think the wavy is a little bit easier for dipping than the classic because they're a little bit thicker than the classic. So if I want to grab some chip dip or make a chip dip or something to have on the side, I could do that. And then the smoky bacon, I bought that for my husband because I know that's one flavor he really likes. And then dill pickle, that's one of my favorites. So let me give you the breakdown here. You can see all the chips here that are $2.47 a piece. And then here's the coupons, $2, $2, $2. And then my staff discount was $1.45. So first of all, they were on sale for $2.47 each, which is a savings. And I had $6 in coupons and $1.45 staff discount. So I saved $7.45 on these items over and above the fact that they were on sale to begin with. So my total was $17.27. So for 9 bags of chips, I spent $17.27. That's less than $2 a bag. My closing balance of Scene Plus points is 19,275 points, meaning I'm at the $190 mark of Scene Plus points currently. All right, today is Monday, August 4th. It is a holiday here in Canada. Each province, it's known as something different. For years, it's been known just as Civic Holiday here. And in our province here in Manitoba, in recent years, it's come to be known as Terry Fox Day. So I could have been working today. My store is open, but I wasn't scheduled to work today. So it was my day off. and it's evening time now. Late this afternoon, I wanted to go to a market. It's not like a full-on farmer's market with a whole bunch of different vendors. Those are probably more likely to be found on weekends. This is just one market that's been around for many, many years, and I haven't really gone to it very often, or at least not in recent years anyway. And I keep seeing ads come up online for different things that they have, and I thought, I want to go today. So I managed to get over there today before 5 o'clock when they closed, and this is some stuff I picked up. Now, I didn't get a printout of my receipt, so I can't tell you offhand exactly what every item cost, but I will say that I spent a total of $58.60 for what you see here. But this is all local, or at least Canadian grown fruit. So I got another box of blueberries, but these ones are from British Columbia. You can see here there's a website there, Mara BC, so it's from British Columbia, Canada. This is 5 more pounds of blueberries. I thought, oh, maybe I'll freeze them, but I thought, you know what, maybe my next day off isn't until Thursday, so maybe for now I'll just put them in the fridge, and then Wednesday night mash up enough to make 2 more batches of blueberry jam, and then freeze whatever's left of these. But these are Canadian grown, not local, they're from another province, but they're Canadian grown blueberries. And that's a 5-pound box. And these peaches are from Ontario, and I'm pretty sure these were $12.99 for this basket. And I want to say it's a 3-liter basket, I believe. Yeah, 3-liter basket of peaches. So they aren't, they're not soft, but they're not rock hard either. It won't take them too long to ripen. And then here, these are what is called pluots. And there was like 5 or 6 different varieties, and I will insert some pictures of the labels of the different varieties that there were, but I can't tell you off the top of my head which ones I bought. You may just have to do a little sleuthing and match them to the pictures that I'll insert after this clip. But what I do know is that all of the pluots were the same price. They were $5.99 a pound, and I grabbed some each of about 4 different varieties. What is a pluot? It is a combination between a plum and an apricot. And there are different varieties of them. As you can even see here, this is obviously a very different color than this. And of course, these are smaller and a different color again. So I grabbed some of those just to sample. And I grabbed some more apricots. And these are locally grown. I wasn't sure how much I was spending, but I thought, you know what? I'm not going to worry about trying to grab enough to buy, a giant bag and make another batch of jam. I haven't had, for the people that order jam from me, I haven't had like a lot of requests for apricot jam. So I think what I'll probably do is, if I come across a big basket of them or a flat of them, that's different. But otherwise, I'll just be content with what I've already made for apricot jam. And these will just be for snacking, because I just wasn't sure where I was at money-wise as far as what I'd already spent. So this is what I've grabbed for apricots, just to eat. But if I come across a flat or a larger amount for a half decent price, then maybe. But at any rate, this is what I picked up today. Local produce, or at least Canadian. I mean, obviously the blueberries are from BC and the peaches are from Ontario, but the rest are all Manitoba grown. And lots of good fruit and Canadian grown. $58.60. That doesn't look like almost $60 worth of food, but it's worth it. It's a once-a-year treat, and the peaches will either be eaten, or this isn't enough peaches to make into a batch of jam or into pies. Again, I'm waiting for a flat, or if these baskets go on for a really good price, maybe a little cheaper, maybe I'll buy 2 or 3 baskets and be able to make a couple batches of jam out of it, or maybe bite the bullet next payday and buy 2 or 3 batches at this current price and make jam out of that. I'm not sure. I'll play it by ear, but it's just nice to have some fresh fruit in the house. I'd like to put most of this in the fridge, the blueberries for sure. I just don't want to forget about some of this in the fridge, and August is the month where we get fruit flies here, so I don't really want to attract them by leaving this stuff on the counter. What I might do is dig out my covered glass cake plate and put some of the fruit on display there under glass, because then if they're under glass, hopefully then there won't be any bugs going after them. We'll see. But at any rate, this is what I picked up today. All right, everybody, it is now Tuesday, August 5th, and it is 10:41 in the evening. and I'm finally filming the last of this grocery haul. Yeah, I worked until 8:30 tonight, and then I needed to race over to PetSmart before 9 o'clock and grabbed cockatiel and budgie seed. They closed at 9, and then I went to Superstore and grabbed a few things there. This is the bulk of my grocery haul, actually. And they close at 10, so I still was on a bit of a time crunch because I didn't get back to Superstore till 9:15, so I had to hurry. But I was shopping with a list, and I stuck to my list for the most part. I think I did pretty good. So I'm going to show you everything I got. One thing I did not buy, there was grapes on sale, and they were, I think, $2.99 a pound, and there was a sign there saying this was price match, like they guaranteed that this was the lowest price. They checked all the competitors' sales and everything. Normally I like to buy some grapes, but I did not buy any because I know for a fact that Sobeys, where I work, grapes are also $2.99 a pound. And grapes are not on my PC Optimum offers, so first of all, the price per pound would have been exactly the same, so no difference there. I would not have earned any PC Optimum points. And at Sobeys, there's no scene offers either on the grapes, but they are the same price. But I will come out ahead by buying grapes there tomorrow, or yeah, probably tomorrow because Wednesday is the last day of the sale. I will come out ahead because although they're the same price as Superstore, I have my 10% discount. So I'm going to come out a little ahead if I wait until tomorrow and buy grapes at my work. So that's one thing in the produce I did not buy, even though normally that is a staple, something I always bring home. Now, so let me get on with what I did pick up at Superstore. Some of these things had points offers on them, and some were just things I wanted to stock up on that I just needed. I grabbed 2 more cases of jars. As you know, I've been canning. I'm making lots of jam, and I've made apricot and blueberry in the last little while, and I've actually had a few people order some of my blueberry jam from me, and I'm trying to go through some of my 2024 jams and get rid of those too because they're still fine. But even of those, you know, as far as blueberry, that seems to be a popular one. I think I only have one left of 2024 blueberry, and of the 2 batches of 2025 blueberry I made last week, I've only got about 6 jars, and I have other people that want some. And I still want to do choke cherry jelly and grape jelly and crabapple jelly and all that other good stuff. So I grabbed 2 more cases of jelly, or 2 more cases rather of jars for now. They were $15.99 each. And then just to stock up the pantry, I grabbed 2 cans of chili style tomatoes. I only bought 2 because they were $2.89 a piece. That is not the greatest price. I've seen them better than that. So just for now, I decided to grab 2. But I wanted to grab a couple because the last couple times I've made recipes, whether it's chili or something else along those lines that requires those, I haven't had any in my pantry. So I have kidney beans and tomato paste and various other sauces, but apparently I'm slacking on that a bit. Now, I did have a points offer on no-name pasta, and I do have some lasagna and spaghetti and egg noodles already in my pantry. Those I am stocked up on. However, because there's a points offer on them, I decided to take advantage and grab some and just keep the pantry stocked. The egg noodles, I wasn't sure what size to get, but I got broad egg noodles. I primarily use these if I make homemade soup. Those were $2.79. The spaghetti was $1.97, and I think the lasagna noodles, they were $2.50. So I grabbed those to get points on the no-name pasta. Ground black pepper. Usually I keep salt and pepper in those little white canisters up there. I noticed that my pepper is quite low, so I don't think I have any more in reserve to stock to refill that canister with. So I grabbed a package of that at $3.50. No name brand dill pickled chips. These were $3.29. I like these in sandwiches or just on the side. And sometimes I get points offers for no name brand pickles. I did not. However, there is some type of points offer that I didn't realize it was like a no name version, like no name brand, not pickles, but no name pickled vegetables. And I did get points on that. And I'm assuming that this is what it was from. Either that or I did get a jar of sweet red peppers that was in the pickle aisle as well. Maybe that's what counted toward. I don't know. But either way, I did get some points for some type of pickled type items. Even though when I get points offers for no name brand pickles, that's a separate points offer, and that's not on my offers. But either way, I'm not sure which one of those 2 items gave me the points, but I'll take it. Extra points are always welcome. The vinegar, I don't usually buy a large bottle of this. Some people do for cleaning. I just keep a little bit on hand because I have a handful of recipes that I use it in, and I am low. This was $1.79. Some large flake oats. I grabbed a bag of oats. These were $6.50. This was for what size is this? 2.25 kilogram. So I grabbed some of those. And the pepper, the red pepper, this was $3.49. I primarily use these when I make chili. Certo, I keep hoping it'll come on my offers, and so far it has not. So, but I need them. Whenever I make a batch of strawberry jam, these have 2 pouches of liquid pectin. Strawberry jam takes 1 pouch. I think raspberry also, I'm trying to look over, my recipe is right behind me there. Trying to look, I think raspberry takes 1 pouch, but Saskatoon, blueberry, all those require 2 pouches. So every batch of blueberry jam I make takes 1 box of this, because this is 2 pouches. So this would be enough right here for 4 batches of, say, blueberry jam, or 2 batches of blueberry, 2 batches of Saskatoon, whatever. And they were on sale tonight. They were $4.99, limit of 4. So I just bought the 4, and I keep hoping, because tonight's Tuesday, and I'm hoping with tomorrow night being Wednesday, and this week's offers will end, that maybe next week or the week after, finally Certo will come up on my offers, and I can stock up. But for now, I just need a few more, because I do need to make some more jam later this week. $4.99 is not a bad price. Limit of 4, you know, I would like to buy more, but my budget was also limited too. So I grabbed the 4 that was the limit. And let's see what is next on my list here. Oh, I had bought, of course, another bag of sugar, 10 kilogram bag, because when you make jam, it's a lot of sugar, usually about 6 to 7 cups per batch. So I bought, how much was the sugar? It was $15.97. That has gone up in price this last year quite a bit. Now, I bought some yogurt, and I didn't know what kind of yogurt to get. I am not a yogurt eater. I don't care for yogurt on its own. I don't like the texture really, but I'm trying to use the magic bullet in the house here and try and make smoothies. And so I grabbed some raspberry yogurt because I like raspberries. Where is it? I've just lost track of it. $3.49. I wasn't sure what brand to get. That was one of the cheaper kinds. And then I also grabbed some sour cream, which is down here on the bottom. That's for a recipe. It's probably more than what I need, but I can also use that when I make taco dip as well if I wanted to. That's $2.99. Cottage cheese, that's for if I make a pan of lasagna. That was $4.29. Mushrooms, I wanted to make a sheet pan meal using farmer's sausage and potatoes and mushrooms and maybe some peppers. The mushrooms were $2.99. This 3-pound bag of mandarin oranges over here. This was not the world's greatest price, but it's good to, we'd like to keep them stocked up in the fridge. $6.94, limit of 4. Well, obviously I'm only going to buy 1 at that price. So let's see what else was there. There was the, bananas. I forget, I want to say they're like 78 or 79 cents a pound, something like that. Not great, but once in a while you'll catch a sale even on those, but not this time. So the ones that I got tonight, they cost me $3.11. And, all the way over here, cherries was next on my list. I'm trying to follow my receipt. Cherries were $6.30. And we're going to slowly gravitate back over here to the celery stalks. They were $3. And my bag of snap peas were $7.99. I like to have these to dip in hummus or to take to work. And a 3-pack of English cucumbers were $2.82. And no-name bread was on my offers. So I grabbed a loaf of white bread, $1.97, I believe. Yes, and then I got some sandwich meat, and these are always $3.50 per package. I got an oven-roasted chicken breast, an oven-roasted turkey, a cooked ham, and a smoked chicken breast. And, and then all the way over here, some Imodium. This was not cheap. The Imodium, it was $31.99 for that, but this is for 36 of these. You know, it's more worthwhile than buying a 6-pack or a 10-pack. So, and then over here, these are the 2 items I bought at PetSmart. That's on a separate receipt because that's a different store entirely. I got some budgie seed and cockatiel seed here in the background. So, but this is the end right here of the Superstore items. So let me give you a breakdown of the points that I earned on this. Cucumbers, I earned 200 points. No-name bread, 200 points. Deli meat, I earned 1,400 points. No-name pickled vegetable. Again, I don't know if that was the pickles or the sweet or the peppers. I'm thinking it might be the jar of peppers. Either way, it's points. I'm happy with that. 300 points. Bananas, 300 points. Celery, 300 points. And no-name pasta or noodles, 700 points. After tax, I spent $199.08. And it says that I earned 3,400 points, so I'm now sitting at a closing balance of 302,035 PC Optimum points, or that puts me at the $300 mark of PC Optimum points. And then right immediately following this, I went to the gas bar and got $20 in gas and earned 500 plus points there. So I think it was just over 500 points. But anyway, I'm now solidly at the $300 points mark of PC Optima points, and I'm at the 190 mark, $190 points level of Scene Plus points at Sobeys. So that's good. For August 5th, I've got about 4 months until, you know, end of November, start of December when I start to use these, which is when I start redeeming points. I'm sitting in a decent position because I'm that type of person. I like to save them all year and use them during the Christmas season. So I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm right on track. This video is going to be long enough already. I have multiple clips in it, so I'm going to end it here. I could say that, oh, I'll show you the grapes that I buy at Sobeys tomorrow, but you know what? This video is plenty long enough. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you did, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And I am really happy to say thank you to, or welcome to all of the new subscribers in the last couple weeks. There's been quite a few new folks that have come on board and joined my channel. And I really appreciate that. That every watch and every like helps. So thank you so much for those of you that have been with me from the very start. And thank you for those that have joined me recently. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Make sure you're subscribed. And as I've told you before, I don't have a set posting schedule, so make sure your notification bell is turned on. I have a couple of other videos in the works. I'm trying to do a couple of other little hauls. I have a small Temu haul to do and just a few other odds and ends I'm trying to put together. But work has me working well into the evening, and it's been busy. And I will get them out as I can, but bear with me. In the meantime, make sure your notification bell's turned on so when I finally do get content uploaded, you'll be the first to know. Hope you guys have a great week, and I hope your summer is going well, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great week, everybody. See you soon.